Sai Ram. Among the many festivals that are celebrated around the world, one particular festival is extra special for us devotees of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, our dear Swami, and that is Maha Shivarathri. That is because even though we know that our Swami is Sarva Devata Tita Swarupa, meaning he embodies all forms of the Godhead and is beyond it as well, primarily we know him to be Shiva Shakti Swarupa, the epitome and the embodiment of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. And this was a revelation that Swami himself gave us on the 1963 Guru Purnima festival day. And that whole revelation came at the end of a very agonizing period when Swami had suffered from a stroke. Well, suffered is in quotes because that was also a supreme Leela of the Lord, which I will not go into now because it is a beautiful long satsang that has been presented at this link above. You can see that in the description section as well. So since Swami Shiva Shakti Swarupa, Mahashivaratri, the festival that comes once a year, which is held in honor and in celebration of Lord Shiva, Mahadeva, becomes very, very special. Swami too seemed to show some kind of partiality towards Mahashivaratri because as far as my memory goes, this is possibly the only festival when Swami would perform not one but two miracles in public view. The first is that of the Vibhuti Abhishekam, where Swami would produce copious amounts of Vibhuti, kilograms and kilograms of Vibhuti from an empty upturned small wooden or mud pot, which would be held over the idol of Shirdi Baba, and Shirdi Baba would receive a Vibhuti Abhishekam. The second miracle that Swami would perform is that of the Lingodbhavam, where the Lingam, or an ellipsoid shaped object which symbolizes Lord Shiva, would emerge from Swami. Liyate gamyate iti lingaha. That is the Lingam, that is the significance of the Linga. And from Swami would emerge not one or two, multiple Lingams during some of the Mahashivaratri days, and they would be of different nature. They would be metals, they would be precious stones, they would be gems, different materials they would be made of, but the Lingams would emerge from Swami and Swami would do this Lingodbhavam in public view. Both these miracles were halted when the crowds became unmanageable and people would get hurt at times because of the stampede that would ensue to watch these miracles. It was the compassion, love and grace and of course the will of our dear Swami that at least one of these two miracles he restarted or initiated again in 1999 during the Mahashivaratri. And that was the year when I had joined Swami school as a 11th grade student, and my first Shivaratri as a student was so fulfilling and thrilling because from Swami emerged the Hiranyagarbha Linga. Hiranyagarbha means pure gold, made of pure gold, and that Lingam emerged and I got the opportunity to click a photograph. Not just that year, I have a very, very precious and special memory of this photograph which shows the emergence of the Lingam from Swami's mouth. It is extremely special because Swami said, anybody who views this Lingam emerging from my mouth will not have any more births. They will attain Moksha. This is simply phenomenal. Moksha is something that people struggle to achieve. Even the yogis struggle to get. And here Swami was conferring it with just the darshan of this Hiranyagarbha Linga. That entire story of how this photograph came about is at this link above. The subject of this video is about a thought that came to me many years later when I was wondering about this Hiranyagarbha Linga. Because this Hiranyagarbha Linga appears to be very special. Many times after that year, after 1999, even in 2000, 2001, 2002, every year when Swami did Lingodbhavam, it was now only the Hiranyagarbha Linga that would emerge. So something is very special about this Hiranyagarbha Linga, and Swami has already said, this Lingam, when you watch it emerge, you will get Moksha. So I began to wonder what happens to these Lingams after they emerge, because I have not seen them in Prashanthi Nilayam, I have not seen them in Vrindavan, I have not seen them anywhere. Have they returned back to Swami, or are they present somewhere? Even if one of these lingams is there, I would love to see that lingam, because seeing darshanam of this lingam grants moksha, right? Dear brothers and sisters, I want to tell you with great joy and thrill in my heart that I actually located one such lingam which is still present to this day on the face of the earth. It was a desire in my heart that Swami, if at all, anywhere, this Hiranyagarbha Linga that has emerged from you exists, I would love to have its darshan. This feeling got intensified even more, especially after Swami left his physical frame after the Mahasamadhi, because we crave for something physical, right? And Swami granted this desire and wish of mine. It is said, ask and it shall be given to you. It is as simple as that with God. We just have to yearn and seek and ask, and Swami will give. I had asked for an opportunity to view the lingam, and the first chance came via a virtual darshan. I have this habit of going through different talks and different satsangs related to Swami on YouTube, and one day I suddenly came across a video of Dr. Narendranath Reddy explaining about the significance of Mahashivaratri. It is a beautiful video of about 30-35 minutes, and many insights are revealed there. During the course of that video, I saw him pick up a lingam which had an uncanny resemblance to this Hiranyagarbha Linga that emerged from Swami. And I wondered, hey, is it the Hiranyagarbha Linga? And the next moment he says that this is the Hiranyagarbha Lingam, and he goes on to explain about this Hiranyagarbha Linga. And I began to wonder, how did this Hiranyagarbha Linga, which emerged from Swami, end up with Dr. Narendranath Reddy? By the way, Dr. Narendranath Reddy, as of the time of recording of this video, is the chairman of the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization, an organization that Swami established in the 1960s, and even to this day it continues on its yeoman service silently but very strongly across the world in more than 110 countries. And this lingam was there at the home of this chairman. Now came the desire for me to see this. Now his home is in Los Angeles in a place called Arcadia, and I was traveling to the United States of America to deliver many satsangs. And I asked my hosts whether I could visit the Sai Center in Arcadia. My desire was, when I go to Arcadia, I can go to the home of Dr. Reddy and have a look at the Hiranyagarbha Lingam. Now imagine my thrill when I found out that the Sri Sathya Sai Center of Arcadia for decades has been hosted at the home of Dr. Narendranath Reddy. So that was an additional thrill, and therefore when I got this opportunity to deliver a satsang at the Sri Sathya Sai Center of Arcadia, after the satsang, I went and met Dr. Reddy and asked him about this lingam. Now how this lingam came to him is another beautiful story, and again a story which amplifies the message, ask and it shall be given to you. You see, in 1999, by chance, again chance in quotes, because all this is the master plan, Dr. Reddy happened to travel from the United States and come to India to Puttaparthi, and during Shivaratri he witnessed the Lingodbhavam. And Swami had said that anybody who has witnessed this Lingodbhavam will have no more births, you will get moksha. After that, when Swami had called his whole family in for an interview, his mother, Srimati Chellamma Garu, she made bold and told Swami, that lingam that emerged from you, why don't you give it to us? We will keep it at our home. My God, look at the liberty that this lady is taking with Swami. But then, that is the liberty that Swami allowed because he knows the heart of each and every devotee. As I said, several years after that, Swami kept doing this Lingodbhavam and the same Hiranyagarbha Lingam. In 2004, during the Shivaratri festival, after the Shivaratri festival, in fact, when the Lingodbhavam had already occurred, Swami called Dr. Reddy and family again in for an interview. This time it was only him, his wife and his mother. And during the course of that interview, Swami said, hey, you asked for that lingam, right? Here, this is the lingam that emerged from me, the Hiranyagarbha Lingam that came out during Shivaratri. you can keep it. As simple as that. As easy as that, if I can say so. It was asked, you asked right, and here it is, take it. This Hiranyagarbha Linga, made of pure gold, is extremely soft, so soft that every little bump, every little hit, every little press creates a dent on it. And that is why when I beheld the Hiranyagarbha Linga at Dr. Reddy's home, it had so many dents and small bumps on it, and wow, it sat in the altar there resplendent and divine. Now when Swami gave this lingam to Dr. Reddy, he told him that this is the Someshwara Linga. Someshwara means the Lord of Soma, and Shiva is the Lord of Soma, Someshwara. We see Someshwara at Somnath as well. It's one of the Jyotirlinga shrines in India, in Gujarat at Somnath. So Swami said this is the Someshwara Linga and you should do Abhishekam to it daily. Abhishekam is bathing it, the ritual bathing of the lingam with different items, most commonly water. Then Dr. Reddy said, Swami, but I don't know the Rudram, the Namakam and Chamakam chants which are supposed to be chanted when you bathe the lingam. Swami said, don't worry about that. Just chant Om Shri Sai Ram or Om Namah Shivaya and worship the lingam with water, bathe the lingam with water. Now that is what Swami had said. That is the love of the Lord for the devotee. But that day, dear brothers and sisters, I got to witness the love and commitment of the devotee towards the Lord. Because every day morning, Dr. Reddy, when he does Abhishekam to this linga with water, he does chanting the whole Namakam and Chamakam, the whole Rudram.
Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Triambakaya Tripurantakaya Trikagni Kalaya Kalagni Rudraya Neelakantaya Pruchunjayaya Sarveshwaraya Sadashivaya Sriman Mahadevaya Namaha.
And I wondered, how did he learn it when he said that he doesn't know? And his reply was, see, Swami was very kind to say Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shri Sai Ram is enough. And yes, they are enough. They are very powerful mantras. That is something for all of us to understand and realize. Om Shri Sai Ram, Om Namah Shivaya are not just words. They are extremely potent mantras, equal to chanting the Vedas, the Rudram, the Namakam and the Chamakam. But Dr. Reddy said, I wanted to learn this Rudram and Chamakam as my commitment to Swami. And so he had committed it to heart, the whole thing memorized, not just the chanting, but the meaning of every single term and word that occurs in the Namakam and Chamakam. It takes about 40 minutes to chant it, and every day he said that he would chant and do the Abhishekam. And then my next question was, what happens to that Abhishekam water? That water that you wash the lingam with, can I have that water? I think you must be drinking it daily, right? Oh yes, we drink it. But then he also said, in the interview, Swami said, you are a medical doctor. You have so many patients who come to you. Whenever necessary, give this water, tirtham, to the patients and I will take care. And then I got to know that there are tens and hundreds and almost thousands of stories of healing because of this lingam water. This precious lingam water, the power and potency of this Hiranyagarbha Linga is so immense that it has cured so many ailments, diabetes, hypertension, cardiac problems, even brain stroke and cancer as well. Dr. Reddy says that whenever anybody requests, we just parcel it and courier it to them and they receive it as Swami's prasadam. I asked, can I also get one bottle of this lingam water? What ailment are you having? I am not having any ailment by Swami's grace, but I think it not only works as medicine, it also works as nutritional supplement. It will keep my body fit, my mind fit, and most importantly, my heart and spirit in touch with Swami. I would love it, and that is how I also got one bottle of lingam water and the Hiranyagarbha Lingam water and brought it to my home in Bangalore, where as a family we all consumed it. I got the opportunity to hold the lingam in my hand. Dear brothers and sisters, it was such a beautiful feeling. As I held it, I felt that I was holding Swami's heart. Because Swami says the heart is on the left side, the spiritual heart is on the right side, and Swami said that's where the Hiranyagarbha principle is. It is present in everyone because divinity is in everyone. But out of Swami's love and compassion, he concretizes that Hiranyagarbha principle and it comes out as this pure gold. And therefore, I felt so grateful to Swami for this opportunity to hold his heart. Hold his heart. Dear brothers and sisters, as we celebrate Shivaratri every month and the Mahashivaratri every year, let us remember that we are also blessed to have known, to have seen, to have come in touch with, to have got inspired by the embodiment of Lord Shiva, our dear Swami. Dear Swami, may we all become that Hiranyagarbha principle so that we are always in your heart, close to you in your heart. And may the love that we have for you in our hearts keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.